I immediately want to buy it. I want to buy everything. I recently got a new follow from the president of the Shrek fan club, and I don't know if that is an exciting feat or disturbing. There was one chapter in which our witch, what am I supposed to do with this? Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Leandra, the TBR0, and my goal is to lessen my physical TBR one book at a time. I am participating in the Get a Clue Readathon. It's a month-long readathon in November, hosted by Rainy over at Rainy Blue Reads. It's inspired by the game board Clue, and I've had so much fun, but we have just had a very surprising announcement. Because we've reached the midway point of the month, Rainy has decided to offer us, I don't know if offering is the right term because that makes it sound like it's a gift, but maybe it is a gift and a bit of a curse. It is the mid-month chaos event. It's a 48-hour reading event where we are encouraged to read as many books as possible. That means you should probably be leaning towards short stories, graphic novels, manga, middle grade. Really, the quicker you read it, the better for your team. And honestly, it's a perfect storm for me because there is a video, this video that I'm recording right now, that I have been playing around with for quite some time, and I just haven't actually taken the step to start it. And that is reading as many first in a series for manga as possible, just to kind of get me going and get me starting series, because I've really been enjoying the manga that I've been reading this fall. I've only started 2 series, but I really enjoy them. One is Spy Family, which isn't surprising. I think that that's kind of a good gateway manga for a lot of people. And then another one I just started this month is Given. I've read the first 3 volumes of that, and it is so sweet. So I'm really excited. I happen to have 3 physical first in a series here with me. I've also borrowed 3 through Libby, which will be very interesting to see if I like reading manga digitally. I'm not really sure if it's going to be the format I like to read manga in, but we're going to find out. And so I've got 6 possible titles. We're going to see if I can get through all of them in this 48-hour period, and I'm really excited about it. I would love to hear in the comments any predictions, if there's certain ones that you think are going to be my absolute favorites, or do you think there's going to be some that maybe won't be for me if you've been a subscriber from me for a while and you know the kind of reading I like. But let me showcase the 6 titles that I plan on reading, and then we're gonna see what I end up doing throughout this 48-hour event. Before I show the titles though, I do want to remind you that if you have been playing around with the idea of subscribing to my channel, maybe you should just do it. Pull the trigger. Go ahead, subscribe, do it now. Or also, let's not get pushy here. You can totally just like the video if you're enjoying yourself, or comment at the end what you thought I'd like, maybe a series that you think I should really prioritize and keep reading ASAP. I really don't want to pressure anyone to subscribe to my channel if you're not comfortable, or if you don't even have a YouTube account and you just like to peruse the internet like a little YouTube ghost. That's also fine. With that said, any way you can support my small channel, I really do appreciate it. All right, let's get to the books. Now, a couple of these have been recommended by friends or by fellow booktubers, booktube subscribers, and I really do appreciate the kind of guidance I've received from them. The first one is Kakuriyo. This one looks really cute. It's a bed and breakfast for spirits. I really like the idea of it being a bit supernatural, but kind of cozy. I don't know, the idea of a bed and breakfast means that I think it's just gonna be a very fun, warm time. So I'm very excited for that one. I also have Toilet Bound Hanako-kun. This one was also recommended to me by a few people that I know. I've seen a lot of booktubers reading it too. And so this one seems excellent, especially because I love the academic setting. I love that one of the main characters is the spirit who's bound to a toilet. I find that very funny, and I like that there's a bit of a mystery element to it based on what I understand of the synopsis. And then I also have Cat Gamer Volume 1. Look how adorable this is. Look at the back, it looks so cute. This one I just got on a whim. I was perusing my library looking for various graphic novel or manga options. I think I pulled Spy Family Volume 6 and 7 while I was there. That's what I was originally looking for. And then I was like, oh my gosh, this is adorable. I'm very much a cat person, so I'm totally excited to read this one. And then I have the 3 titles that I mentioned that I borrowed from Libby. The first one is Wandering Witch. That one just seemed very whimsical. I like the idea, again, of kind of getting into fantasy manga, because the manga I have read so far has been very much in the real world. You know, the idea of assassins and spies being in the world and talking dogs or whatever, but we're gonna get past that. I also ended up borrowing cat massage therapy. That looks so cute. I'm totally into the cat manga right now. I very much want to be a part of that world, and so that's why I've got 2 of them on this list. And then the other one, I just took a chance because I thought it was available. It looks very weird, but I think it looks very humorous too. It's the Way of the House Husband. I'm really intrigued. I've got no idea what any of these manga are actually about, or even what kind of lessons or kind of character conflicts go on in these manga, but they just seem really fun and they caught my eye, and I don't really know what kind of manga reader I am right now, so you're gonna find out with me. All right, let's start this vlog. I have read the first of many first in a series for this vlog, Cat plus Gamer, and it is so cute. I immediately want to buy it. I want to buy everything. I don't even care that the series is not over. I don't care that I have no idea what the rest of the series is going to be like. I am obsessed. This was so adorable. I need to show you the first few panels. Look at that cat. Wouldn't you just fall in love? It's honestly so sweet. It's perfect for anyone who is not only a cat owner, but I really think any kind of domestic animal owner, especially if you want to reminisce about the first time you owned a pet, how you had to learn and grow. And there are a lot of really fun references to the idea of leveling up in gaming. Like if you're a huge video gamer or any other type of gaming platform, PC, Switch, whatever it is, you'll understand the idea of like building skills, building your players, like expertise. And so our main character, she is doing that exact thing as she encourages herself to learn how to be a cat owner. It's really adorable. I totally related to this as someone who has owned multiple pets, especially cats. And I really loved it. I also have to say that something that was very surprising to me, I didn't expect, is that this main character, Sakura is her shortened name, but what is her first name? Riko. So Riko is 29 years old, and I really love that because I also happen to be 29, and so I related to it so much. It honestly hit a certain spot that I've been craving lately, especially as someone who lives alone in an apartment and has been really, really wanting a pet, but unfortunately I can't have a pet in my circumstances right now. And so this was perfect. Oh my gosh, 5 stars. What a great way to start off this vlog. Now I think I'm gonna keep going with my physical reads, so it's gonna be either Kakuriyo or Hanako-kun. I don't know which one I'm gonna do, but I also have to do some editing for an announcement video that's coming up, and I'm so excited for it. But unfortunately, there's a lot of editing ahead. So I think I'm gonna read one more. We'll see which one I pick. I'll update you, and then I might take a break until the evening. We'll see. I just finished the second book in my vlog, and that is Kakuriyo, Bed and Breakfast for Spirits. And this is definitely one of those books where the whole point of it is to set up for the overarching story. We were learning a lot. There was a lot of world building, introducing of characters, having us kind of understand how the world works, because there was a lot to learn. Aoi, I'm not sure how to say her name. It's A-O-I. I kept saying Io, and I was like, I know that that's not right, but in my head, that's how I say her name. She has just lost her grandfather. She was adopted, and he was kind of the savior figure in her life. When he dies, she's left alone. She's hoping to go to school, but then she realizes that there is a lot to her grandfather's past that she had no idea about. She also happens to be able to see spirits. Kakuriyo is the spirit world, and she ends up being taken there without her permission by this ogre, the Odana. Also, he does not look like any ogre that I have seen before. He does not look like Shrek, for instance. On that note, I recently got a new follow from the president of the Shrek fan club, and I don't know if that is an exciting feat or disturbing. The jury's still out on that one. And he is requiring her to be his bride as a way of paying the debt of her past grandfather, and she's really upset about it. She's really frustrated. She's questioning whether her grandfather adopted her to save her or to use her as a future debt pawn anyway. And so like that's kind of interesting. Meanwhile, she's kind of tried to do a counter offer of saying, can I pay off my grandfather's debts by working rather than being your bride? And so this entire first volume is her going around getting used to the world and trying to find a job and everyone saying no, but she's very good at cooking. This got me so hungry. If you're someone who just adores Japanese food, adores Japanese cuisine, honestly, this is really enriching. It's really lovely. There's like inclusions of like the various like foods being used, being prepared, and I know that that's probably going to be a highlight of the series. I'm imagining that our main character is going to eventually be the main cook, the main chef for the inn, for the Tenjika, I think it's called, Tenjinya? I don't know, but I'm assuming that she's going to end up being a head chef because this volume ended on kind of this dramatic note. Nothing is decided. She's off kind of still wallowing in her situation, but I can kind of see things working in the background. So yeah, this is really fun. I can totally see myself continuing the series. Unfortunately, my library doesn't have volume 2, which is really annoying, so I'd have to find it a different way. But yeah, this one was really cute. So I've gone from real world with a kitty to spirit world with ogres and demons, and now I'm going to be moving on to Toilet Bound Hanako-kun, which kind of combines the two. It's in like a real world regular setting, but spirits have been brought to that world, and so this is a bit of a combination of the two. Yeah, let's do it. It is nearly midnight, meaning that we have almost hit the halfway point for the mid-month chaos of Get a Clue Readathon. I have at this point read 5 books for my team, and I'm very proud of myself. I have another 24 hours to go, and I have 3 more specifically 3 more manga to read, hopefully in that time period, and I feel pretty confident I'll get there, but we'll see how it goes. That also means that I finished, while on Nell Sprint over at Nell Diamond, Toilet Bound Hanako-kun. This was kind of a whirlwind. I wasn't sure if I was enjoying it or if I was just being thrown into random situations and the stimulus was just like overwhelming me to the point where I was enjoying it, but I did find it quite funny. It's really cute. There's a lot of supernatural activity going on in ways that I didn't expect. We have this supernatural entity, Hanako-kun, but there's also like other creatures, a mermaid, these haunted stairs. There's some really cute little like bunny-like creatures that I think are called Mako, and they genuinely like stole the show for me, even though Hanako-kun is honestly great. I really liked him as a character too. Moke. I think they're called Moke. And so yeah, it was really fun. I will say that there is some weird kind of like gender sectional tension going on, and these students are like in high middle school, low high school to my understanding, so that was a bit weird, but I am really enjoying the series. The art is phenomenal. It's really captivating, and I really like going through these various 7 mysteries that are going on and how Hanako-kun has kind of been charged with keeping the peace between the supernaturals and the human world, and how he has kind of found himself a human assistant, and she's been forced, Yashiro, to help him out for various reasons, and they're kind of gaining this interesting friendship. So yeah, like I'm really enjoying it. I didn't really know what to expect going into it, but I've had 3 really fun manga so far, and I've got 3 to go, and I'm sure that nothing's gonna change. Alright, the mid-month chaos is over, and I ended up reading 2 more manga and like a few other kind of novellas, but the 2 manga that I did end up finishing include Wandering Witch. That one was very sweet, it was very cute, the images were honestly beautiful. I think that the storyline was a bit weird for me. There was one chapter in which our main character ends up meeting this brother and sister, and they have some really weird vibes. The brother is obsessed with the sister, and I'm not gonna lie, it made me pretty uncomfortable in the end, the way it ended. So I don't think that I'll really be that interested in continuing that series. It was fine, it was cute for other reasons. I really liked the kind of witchy universe, the magical universe, and the various trials that she ended up going through, but I don't think that that one's for me. And then I ended up reading Cat Massage Therapy last night, just before midnight, to get in a last book for my team, for Team Plum, and I really enjoyed that. That one was so cute. I definitely want to own that one too. I think that I'm just in my cat manga era, and so if anyone has any other cat manga that they can recommend me in the comments at this point, I really enjoyed that one. It was really sweet. It was just so lovely, and the entire point of it is just to de-stress, to encourage people to de-stress. You have a cat manager, literally a cat managing a therapy studio, and she has 3 kittens that are trainees. They're therapist trainees where they're learning how to massage people, and it's honestly just the cutest time. It's really sweet, and I just like, I love that. It was a really quick read too. And so yeah, I did really well so far. I am going to finish this vlog with the 6th manga that I mentioned because I'm so close, I might as well just read that. So I'm going to read that today after work, and that one was The Way of the House Husband. Then I will probably rank them just to let you know which ones were my favorites and which ones were probably series that I thought were really interesting. It helped me learn more about myself and my preferences as far as manga go. But yeah, that's my plan. So I've got one more book, and then we'll wrap this vlog up. All right, I tried The Way of the House Husband, and I decided to DNF it. It was just a bit too weird for me. That one involves apparently this old Yakuza boss or someone who was this really dangerous hitman in the Yakuza, and this huge major event he participated in kind of like obliterating the various gangs, and then he ended up kind of settling down, retiring to the life of being a house husband for a working woman, his wife. She's the one who's bringing in the money, the financial security, and he's supporting the home in his own way. And they have cats, and there were certain moments that were really cute, but I couldn't get past the very weird juxtaposition between his kind of crazy life and the fact that he's just walking around with an apron no matter where he is, like with a suit on, and he had this kind of weird accent in like saying ain't and all of that, and I suppose that's probably suggestive of like the translation in English. It was just a bit too weird for me, so I ended up DNFing it. I was like, okay, we're done here. So that means that I read all 6 volumes, the first volumes in 6 different manga series as I planned, and so now I think I'm just going to review them, quickly rank them. Maybe you can predict which ones I loved, which ones I didn't. Of course, I'm going to go from kind of my least favorite to my most favorite, and it shouldn't be surprising that my least favorite is the one I decided to DNF for this vlog, and that is The Way of the House Husband, and that is by Kosuke Uno. Here's my Kindle version, but I'll have like a colorful version as well, hopefully. If not, this is all you're getting. And so that one was just a bit too weird for me, but I'm glad I tried it. It is what it is. I'm glad that I tried it after the mid-month chaos, so then it doesn't really matter. I didn't feel badly about DNFing it because it doesn't really add to anything there. The next one that I am probably going to put in 5th place is The Wandering Witch, The Journey of Elena. This is a story by Yugi Shiraishi, and it was cute, but again, that weird relationship with the brother and the sister, it was a lot to accept. There was some just weird morals going on, and I know that that's to be expected when you delve into manga, that certain images, especially like the objectification of women's bodies, is typical, but this one was a bit incestual, and I was like, what am I supposed to do with this? And I just didn't think that the world was interesting enough. The storyline didn't grab my attention in the same way that the others did, but the artwork was beautiful, especially for those who really like fantastical, witchy vibes, a witch world where there's clearly like a backstory, there's flashbacks to when Elena's learning how to be a witch, and so those were interesting, but I think I'm probably going to give that a solid 3 stars. Nowhere near my favorite, and I'm not going to prioritize continuing the series. All right, 4th place in this ranking is going to go to Kakuriyo Bed and Breakfast for Spirits. This one I really did like. It's a 4 stars, it's solid. I will be continuing it, so I'm really satisfied, and that means that, you know, the top 4 are series that I plan on continuing, which is great. But this one also, I think, is because it's more of a starter book. There was so much to learn in the world and not much happened because they were setting us up for this huge kind of building of society and the norms and the different characters. We were introduced to a bunch of characters. And so I think that I will grow to love this series as it goes on, but this one was really just kind of getting your toes wet, and so it's a solid 4 stars, and that's why it's 4th on this list. I am going to put number 3. Do you hear that? Why is there always construction going on around my apartment? Oh my gosh, stop! In my top 3, number 3 is Toilet Bound Hanako-kun. This one was really fun. The world was really interesting. Alright, for the millionth time, let's try to please allow me to reveal my top 3. So, number 3 is a Toilet Bound Hanako-kun. This one was really fun. I really love the illustrations. I love the world building, the idea that the spirit world and the human world have to find balance within each other. Hanako-kun was a really interesting character, and while this one had a few weird sexual references for them being in high middle school, I am not as bothered by it compared to the Wandering Witch, for obvious reasons, in that there were clear objections and discomfort and just taboo views, illustrations in that one, whereas this one, it's not nearly as harmful, I think, as far as that kind of content and what I'm comfortable with reading. Number 2, that means, is Cat Massage Therapy number 1. This was so cute. Honestly, it was really fun. Quick read. I probably read this the quickest among all of the manga that I read, just because it was really easy. It was a lot of heavy illustrations and a bit less on the storyline, on the characters speaking. But I love the fact that the cats were anthropomorphic in a way where they had personalities, they were running a business, and I don't know, it was spread joy. The whole purpose of that was to spread joy. I will be continuing that, and I want to say that that one was a high 4 as well. I don't know if I want to give it a 5, but I might end up giving it a 5 on Goodreads, because why not? It was so cute, it was so fun. I just don't know if there's enough material there for it to be that impressive as a 5, but being a very cat-heavy centric person, I probably will, and I will be continuing that series. And that means that number 1 was Cat Plus Gamer. This one, oh my gosh, I want to reread it right now. It was so adorable. I loved it. I loved the relationship between the cat and her owner, his owner. It just, honestly, it hit all the right spots. It was so lovely. I'm so glad that I took a chance on it, and I can't believe it was the first one I tried. I knew it. I knew as soon as I was looking at my options that was probably going to be my favorite, because I started with it, and I'm so pleased that I did. Overall, I'm really glad that I tried all 6 of these series, especially because of how different a lot of them were as far as their artwork, their storylines, the different content that they included, the wholesomeness versus the a bit more adult content. I think I'm learning about myself with every series that I try, what kind of manga reader I am, which manga I know for a fact that I'm going to enjoy and which ones I'm not. I'm not gonna lie, when I borrowed Wandering Witch, when I borrowed The Way of the House Husband, both of those were risky for me. As soon as I tried them or like picked up their titles, I was like, I don't think I'm gonna like this, but I don't know enough about manga to know for sure. And so I'm really glad to see that it seems as though I can just follow my instincts as far as what I'm gonna like and what I'm not. So let me know what manga series you'd recommend based on my reaction to all of these. Let me know what your favorite manga series is. Have you read any of these, and are you so glad that I tried it and that I, for the most part, liked all of them? So I definitely have no complaints beyond the one that I DNF'd, mainly because I just didn't have much interest in it. Traffic. Woohoo! Anyways, thank you all so much for getting to the end. If you're interested, consider liking the video, consider subscribing, commenting below, and I really do hope to see you next time, and maybe I'll try a bit more manga and include that in my content more often. Alright, thanks guys, bye!